Swashbucklers, you're listening to Under the Crossbones. My name is Phil Johnson. I'm your host for the show. Thank you once again for tuning in. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for helping me keep the old pirate ship afloat. Because without you, there is no show. There is no show when there is no audience. So, you are audience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 84. Fun fact about 84. This is kind of a weird one. There is a town called 84, Pennsylvania. That is apparently 25 miles or so southwest of Pittsburgh. They have a population of 657. So it's, I'm sure, a happening place. And if you're near Pittsburgh, maybe you've been to this place. But it was originally named Smithville, which in of itself is a very a creative name. Smithville, originally named. And they had a postal confusion with another town named Smithville, because they're super creative back in 1884, I guess. And so they changed it to 84 on July 28th, 1884. And I guess there's some question as to where the name came from. Seems obvious to me that they just named it after the year. But the origin is uncertain. They think maybe it's the town's mile marker on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, which I assume is also 84. Or that it was just the postmaster named it after the year that the town's post office was built, which again, 1884. Not a lot of imagination happening in there. You name two towns Smithville, and then you got to change one of them, and you name it 84 after the year. Oh, boy. Anyway, that's 84. Fun fact. Yes. My guest on the show today is Jim Laird. And Jim is a Blackbeard character. He goes out, he does the children's shows and things like that. Interesting backstory, really fun interview. We're gonna talk about it and dig down deep into it. And Jim is one of those guys whose name I had just heard floated around the pirate sphere online, and I didn't know much about him. Now I do, and but I thought he would be an interesting dude to talk to. I figure anybody whose name I'm hearing over and over again has got to have some sort of interesting story to what they're doing, and Jim definitely does. And of course, you can find him at piratelife.net if you want to see what he's up to, but we're going to get into that pretty soon. Since last week's episode, I have lost and regained my voice. So it was a long week. I had 5 shows since you have last listened to my voice, and I'm amazed that it sounds as halfway decent as it does today. But immediately lost my voice after doing last week's episode. Not because of the episode, just I don't know. I had a throat thing. It was weird. Did a couple a little quick set to start the week off. Mountain View last week, and then it was Santa Rosa, Ukiah. Where the heck else was I? I was in Santa Cruz on Sunday. I was somewhere Thursday. I honestly don't remember. And it was all headlining shows, right? So that meant I was on stage for the duration. And so what I had to do, and I've had to try this a couple of times because it seems like I'm losing my voice like once a year or so for some reason, which is bizarre because that never used to happen. But I tuned my guitar down a whole step and sing everything a key lower. So here's what last week was. I was out of practice because I hadn't really been on stage for 2 weeks while I was on vacation in London. I had a sore throat, not really sore throat, but just no voice, right? I was doing new material, and I was singing songs in an unfamiliar key. So it was quite the adventure. I gave myself the quadruple threat of have to work it on stage and make it work. But just last night in Sunday in Santa Cruz, I finally had my voice back, and it went well. And the shows themselves were fine. It's always interesting, though, because the audience, I can feel there's a little bit of sympathy with their laughter because they know I'm working for it. They can hear that my voice is shot. And so it actually makes my job a little bit harder because I have to fight past the sympathy just to make them laugh. But it was good. Speaking of London, also, since I talked to you last week about my trip to London and all that, they had bad things happen in London. And so you didn't hear it on the show last week because it hadn't happened yet when I was recording that. But terrible things with the guy crashing the car, knifing the car, just horrible stuff. And it hits close to home only because I was just there like 5 days before that. I was on that same bridge. I was walking past that same gate at Parliament. And even the two, the American guy and his wife who were there from Salt Lake City, that guy was like, he was like similar age to me, musician, had long hair. He and his wife were there on an anniversary trip. It was like that really could have been me because it was very close to me, except for the whole Salt Lake City thing. So anyway, if you're in London, stay tough. Things will be okay. But it was weird. It was very strange. Next on the list of unhappy stuff. What a weird week. I've spent the entire weekend doing my taxes. As did my girlfriend. She had lots of new taxes to do. She had some inheritance and things like that, and so we were both fighting through our taxes through the entire weekend. And when I have to do something that I don't want to do like that, I have to reward myself when it's done. And so my reward last night, on Sunday night, before I went to my gig, was a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's because apparently I enjoy the taste of chemicals. And doing my taxes makes me want to slowly poison myself. So that was totally not enjoyable. And being a self-employed person that I am, I don't have things taken out of a paycheck because I don't get a paycheck. I get lots of checks all year long. And so I always end up with a giant tax bill in April that has to be paid. So if you want to help with that, go buy one of my albums or a T-shirt or donate to the show or something because I have to write a big check to the government, which does not excite me this year, we'll say. Here's something fun. While I was in London, we were touring the Tower of London, which is the old prison that they have there. And there was just a little mention of a lady named Alice Tankerville. And Alice Tankerville was the only woman to ever escape from the Tower of London. And she was in there on a charge of piracy. That was all I got. That was the story I got. And so I went digging around a little bit, and I actually found a really cool video put out by the London Historic Places organization, the people that take care of all the castles and stuff, and that explains her whole story. Now, it is tangentially piratey, as it turns out. Her crime was on the River Thames, so it was on water, so they charged her as a pirate, she and her husband. And also, she only escaped for like a short time. But it's an interesting story nonetheless. If you want to see that video, I posted it on the underthecrossbones.com or Under the Crossbones Facebook page. So go to facebook.com/underthecrossbones and you can see the video of the pirate Alice Tankerville right there. It's an interesting story. The video is like six and a half minutes, something like that. But I think you'll dig it. It's good. More shows are coming up. And I'm leaving California. So come on, rest of the country. Let's have some fun. Friday and Saturday, April 7th and 8th, I will be at Dangerfields in Shakopee, Minnesota. Sunday, April the 9th, I will be at the End Zone in Delvan, Wisconsin. Monday, April the 10th, I have a night off, which will be nice in the middle of the tour. Or if you're somewhere near where I'm going to be and you would like to host a house concert, I'm happy to come play in your living room. Those are fun. If you've never been to a house concert, they are super fun. So Monday, April the 10th is open. I'll be in the Wisconsin, Indiana, Minnesota area. If you would like to host a house concert, get at me, and we'll check that out. Tuesday, April the 11th, I will be at Smokestack Brew in Mishawaka, Indiana. I'm totally missing. I just missed their Pirate Festival there. So if you're listening and you were at the Pirate Festival in Mishawaka, make sure you call and leave me a voicemail, and I'll play it on the show. Or come out to the show and tell me all about it on Tuesday, April 11th at Smokestack Brew. Wednesday, April the 12th, I will be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Sioux City, Iowa. And this is the only show on the tour that I am not headlining. I'm featuring in that one. But the headliner is my pal Grant Lyon, who is super, super funny. So be sure to come out for that. Come out for that for me, and come out for that to see Grant Lyon. That's Wednesday, April the 12th, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Sioux City, Iowa. Thursday, April the 13th, I will be in Mandan, North Dakota. I don't know where yet. I don't have all the details on that show yet, but watch for that one. Mandan, North Dakota, Thursday, April 13th. Friday, April the 14th, I will be at a place called Piggy's in La Crosse, Wisconsin, because I play the classy joints. And like I said, all those are headlining shows, except for the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with Grant Lyon, but that's going to be a bang-up show anyway. And then back in California, Saturday, April the 29th, I'll be at the Tasting Room in Fresno, California, a repeat performance there because they liked me so much last time. Yeah. All right. And like I said, the Facebook page, come join us over there. We're always talking about cool stuff. Facebook.com/underthecrossbones. Twitter.com/undercrossbones. No the in that one. And make sure that you're subscribed on your favorite subscribey thing, whether that's iTunes, Slacker, Stitcher, Google Play, Podcast Addict, whatever you use. Make sure that you're subscribed to Under the Crossbones so you get all the new episodes automatically every Tuesday morning. And of course, you can find all the show notes for this show at underthecrossbones.com/084 for episode 84. Support page. Hit the support page, underthecrossbones.com/support. There's a little PayPal box there. You can put a donation in there, whatever you feel the show is worth to you. And honestly, that money that goes in there, I don't use that to pay my taxes. I use that to advertise the show. Because that's how more people come in. And so that money that goes into the donation box helps to grow the show, as do these other things. There's an Amazon banner there. If you click that Amazon banner and buy yourself something nice, Amazon kicks me back a couple ducats, and that helps the show as well. Plus, if you're a Prime member, you can watch my comedy specials on there for free. Yeah, just search my name, and you can watch my comedy specials for free if you are a Prime member on Amazon. If you want to sponsor the show, if you got a product or a service that you think a piratey audience would dig, come on over underthecrossbones.com/support. There's info there. You can hit me up, and we will get you taken care of. Okay, let's get into my interview with Jim Laird, a.k.a. Blackbeard. Dig it. So you are a pirate, a well-known pirate in the community scene, and you do tons of things. So when somebody asks you, what do you do, how do you explain it to them?
Well, I'm Blackbeard. I've been training Blackbeard for about 18 years. I am 6'4". I got a beard that's black, of course. It goes halfway down my chest. I got long hair halfway down my back. And Blackbeard was slight of build, and I'm pretty well slight of build. I'm under 200 pounds. And I wear about 60 pounds of weapons, sometimes a blunderbuss if I really feel daring. But I wear the Scottish Murdocks, and Blackbeard was famous for wearing Scottish Murdocks.
Now, explain what a Scottish Murdoch is.
Scottish Murdoch was an all-steel pistol. There was no wood at all.
Okay.
It's like a steel pistol and really wild-looking. And I wear two abreast, like he did, and I wear one on my side, and I wear a British Heavy Dragoon 69 caliber, a sword, and a dagger. So when in the full outfit, captain's coat, my garb, I have my own tailor. My garb, when I'm full Blackbeard, runs between $5,000 to $7,000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, I'm the real deal. I mean, I'm like right out of Hollywood. There's nothing fake about me at all.
How are your weapons replicas? Real? What are those?
Yeah, they're replicas.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I've got a couple of real stuff, but of course that doesn't leave the house. That's my personal collection.
Nice.
But yeah, these are really nice. If you get a chance, look up Scottish Murdoch. You'll love it.
Yeah, that sounds like an interesting piece, definitely. And so you would be a huge target for theft, except you're wearing $5,000 worth of weapons.
Well, the whole outfit, the captain's coat, the pants, the shirts, everything, you know. So, but like I said, and I am 60 years old.
Nice.
But everybody says, man, you look like you're 42 years old.
Well,
I'm in pretty good shape.
You've made it longer than Blackbeard. Congratulations.
Oh, hey, well met. Yes, Blackbeard was about, they estimate, 32 to 34 years old.
Yep. That's about it. So let's go back a little bit. How did you get into, where did you grow up? How did you grow up? How did you get into pirates?
Well, I'm what you call Southern. I'm from Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Texas.
Okay. That's Southern as it gets.
Yeah. My dad was in the bearing business. Got transferred a lot, which I own my own company now, too, called Bearings and Power Transmission House.
Okay.
But I got transferred a lot also when I was with a different company. And, I lived all over as far as that. I was born in Houston, Texas, 1956, December 26th.
Uh-huh.
So, and then from there, Greenville, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Shreveport, Louisiana, Corinth, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee, and now Florida.
Nice. That's way more than the South of the South than I've seen. I've been to Florida. For some reason, I can never schedule tour dates in the South, so I've missed that experience completely, and I'm trying to rectify it.
Well, if you ever show up in Florida, I'll have a rum waiting for you.
There you go. Nice. Very cool. So how did you get into pirates? What was your first experience there?
Well, what happened was I've always had a beard. My beard's white. And about, I think it was about 18 years ago, I got a call, or I was actually calling this place called Sea Chest.
Okay.
And his wife, this guy's wife, was by Marine Hose. I was working for a Marine Hose manufacturer. Her husband was Mike Daniels.
Okay.
Do you know who Mike Daniels is?
No, I don't.
He discovered Queen Anne's Revenge.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yes. Okay.
So she asked me, she goes, hey, Mike's going to be doing a talk at Burt Reynolds Museum in front of a big group, and he needs a Blackbeard. would you dye your beard? I'm like, never dyed my beard, but hey, I'll give it a try, and I went on stage and I loved it. And from then on, I've always been on stage.
Nice.
So that's how I got my start in pirating. And of course, we all started out with toy pistols and stuff like that, but
sure.
And then slowly graduated up to the real deal.
So then what kind of, I mean, obviously you go to festivals and things like that. What kind of form does your on stage take?
Well, I do a kids pirate show.
Okay, great.
It's called Blackbeard's Kids Pirate Show. You ever heard of What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor?
I believe so.
Okay, I do. What do you do with a silly pirate? And what we'll do is we sing the song, what do you do with a silly pirate? What do you do with a silly pirate? What do you do with a silly pirate? Early in the morning. Well, instead of saying drunken and all that, because it's a kid show, we'll ask each kid, what are we going to do with silly pirates? Some will say, maybe eat his broccoli, throw him off the ship, make him walk the gangplank, and we actually work that into the song.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely a blast. I've got about 6-7 different shows I can do that I have written.
Okay.
I've got 3 Pirates in Kool-Aid Island. I've got Shanghai Young Pirate. I've got Cannons, Pistols, and Sword. I've got What Do You Do with a Silly Pirate? We got a new one I'm doing now. It's called Holloway. So I get, whatever show I decide to do, I just pick it and say, okay, we're going to do this show.
Nice.
It's about 20 minutes.
Cool. What kind of ages are you doing those shows for?
They could range from 2 years old all the way up to 12, 14 years old.
Okay. With pirates being so much more in popular culture these days, I don't know, do you ever get kids asking questions that are more historically based, or where they actually ask you about Blackbeard's career or anything like that?
No, if anything, it's the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff.
Right. Where's Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, that's the only pirate stuff they know. They don't know history or anything like that.
Interesting.
And let's just say if I do not have any kids, I will actually put on a historical talk, and I will talk about Blackbeard's final battle where he shoots his real hand in the knee, and and how he scuttles Queen Anne's, and I do a historical talk. So it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I'll bet that would be fun to see. So, are you doing festivals and things like that? But do you go to schools and such?
Yeah, I actually did a elementary school about 2-3 weeks ago. I had about 15, 18 kids. Now, this is pretty good. They were I think about 12 years old, which is very, very hard to keep the attention of a 12-year-old.
Oh, I know it.
But I did the historical talk, and they loved it.
Good.
And they absolutely loved it. They were just enthralled.
Nice. That's great. Yeah, well, I imagine having a pirate come in to talk is probably better than most other things that happen on career day.
Well, plus when I walk in, I'm pretty much an opposing-looking figure.
Sure.
A guy walking in with a full set of weapons. And I even got to wear all my weapons and knives and everything into the school. So as soon as I walked into the classroom, all the kids just stopped and their mouths fell open like, look at the size of this pirate.
Right. That's boy, I would have loved to have that in school, because we always had I don't want to do that job, whatever that job. I've even spoken at career day at my old middle school, and they're like, we want a musician and a comedian to talk to the kids. I'm like, why? Why are you trying to ruin their lives by making them do that? I don't.
Yeah,
this is not
like
a job.
Starving artist, right?
Right. Yeah. Nobody. No. I always tell them, I go, find something else to do. Don't do this. We have enough competition.
Exactly. That's for sure.
Yeah. So now you told me you're working on a book and you're working on a bunch of other things. Tell me about those projects.
The book, now I'm going into the 6th chapter. It's called Blackbeard, No Quarter Given. It is not a kid's book by any stretch of imagination. The sex is very visual, and the gore and everything is very much explained. It's very adult written.
Okay.
There's nothing. I'm actually kind of daring. Blackbeard came existent around 1715, November 22nd, 1718. He was dead. So he lasted 2.5 years. Everybody thinks, he lasted forever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No, he only lasted 2.5, maybe 3 years. I'm taking him at 12 years old.
Oh, interesting.
And I move him all the way up.
Okay.
And I move him up from, I talked to him about grammar school, high school, college, and him and his buddy Paul are in London. They're celebrating, and they meet some ladies. They don't know, but the ladies work for the henchmen, and they set him up, and they're shanghaied.
Okay.
And that's how his life will begin in piracy.
Okay. And are you basing it more fiction, nonfiction?
Oh, it's fiction history. As it gets closer to 1715, it'll become history.
Okay.
I'm making up everything along the way, everything.
Okay.
You know, it's really everybody that's read the 4 or 5 chapters I've written are like, wow, this is going to be the most amazing book. Even the place I'm having published, like, man, you got to get this book hurried up and finished. I'm not even near finished. I mean, like I said, I'm working on my 6th chapter. I probably got at least 24 chapters I'll be looking at doing before I hit November 22nd, 17, 18.
Okay. All right. Tell me, I'm a writer too, so I'm always interested in process. Tell me about your writing process. What does that look like? Are you the kind of writer that sits down and writes every day, or do you write when it comes to you, or how?
No, I write it in my sleep.
Okay.
And then I wake up next morning and I put it down on paper.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I actually write it in my sleep, and then all of a sudden I'm like right now I've got 6, 7, 8, I think almost 9 chapters already written in my head.
Nice.
Yep. Lazy.
I'm amazed. It's not even so much that. I'm amazed that you can remember it all, because I certainly think of stuff in that sort of twilight state of either going to sleep or waking up in the morning, and I have to keep a notebook next to my bed and write it down immediately, or it's gone. So the fact that you've got a few chapters in your head that aren't even written yet, that's mind-blowing to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, if I was right now, if I wanted to, I could start chapter 6, but I'm just, I procrastinate a little bit. I've had a little bit of a writer's block how to start out chapter 6. I know what chapter 6 is going to be about. I just got to get it started.
Yep.
And once I get it started, it's just like a reel. It's just going just continuously, and it's, like I said, it's pretty good. It's like the one part, well, I'll tell you a little bit. It's got a lot of twist in it, but one part of it, where he's 12 years old, him and his buddy Paul go down to the wharf. His mom tells him to go down and get some fresh fish. So they go down there, and these 2 old fishermen cleaning fish, drinking rum, and then the crowd's all laughing at them and everything. So one says, "All right, mate, I tell you what, I can clean more fish than you." And he goes, "Your fish are smaller, no wonder." He goes, "I challenge you to a fish off." So he accidentally cuts the one in the arm, and he goes, "All right, look what you be doing to me! You cut my arm!" And then all of a sudden, the other one slashes his belly, and I'm very descriptive about his guts trying to run through his fingers. All right, now the guy that's got a belly gash has a patch over his eye. So he staggers back and he falls in the water, and the sharks devour him, just rip him apart. Now, Edward Teach, at 12 years old, Blackbeard, is seeing this. And then he sees this shark with an eye patch in its mouth, look right up at him.
Okay.
He goes home, tells his mother he's never, ever, ever going near the water again, ever. He actually becomes a lawyer, is what he becomes. And then he's Shanghai. Then he gets shanghaied. So there's a lot of twist in my book. Okay. And it's all made up.
I'm particularly enamored with Blackbeard the lawyer. I think that would be a fantastic sketch of some sort.
Oh yeah, well he was very well educated.
Sure.
Edward Teach, he was extremely educated. He came from a well-known family and everything. But it's like everybody reads it, they're like, man, he lived his life.
Yeah.
Like, how did you come up with this stuff? It's amazing. I don't know, but I do believe in reincarnation. So, hey, who knows?
There you go. So when you did that first thing at the speaking engagement where you dyed your beard and you became Blackbeard, what was it about that experience that made you go, I think I want to keep doing this? Because a lot of people would have gone in, done it one time and been like, well, that was a weird thing I did, and gone on with their lives. What was it about that experience that made you want to do it some more?
Well, what happened was I called several of my fellow pirates.
Okay.
I come up with this idea. I said, look, we're all going to be famous pirates. I'm going to be Blackbeard. I need a Calico Jack. I need a Blackbeard Solomute. I need a Captain Morgan, which was a privateer. I need Anne Bonny. I need a Mary Read. And they all got up there, and I said, what you're going to do is you're going to go on stage, tell them a little bit about yourself, and maybe when you died or what happened. Okay. And they're all up there, one would go up and really nervous, right?
Yeah.
I'm last to get up there. And I walk up there, swagger over, turn my back on them, turn back around and go, oh, you got to be the scariest crew I've ever seen. I don't even know if I'd have you swallowed me dick. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, wow, where'd this guy just come from?
Right.
And these were actually people that were learning acting. It was an acting school. And they all come up and like, man, you are a natural. All these others were just like, my name's Anne Bonny, blah, 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 blah. And you just come up and just blew it out.
Right.
And they were like, you need to stay in this. I'm like, yeah. So I started, let's see, where did we start? I started with going on stage with another couple.
Uh-huh.
and they'd sing, Old McPirate had a ship, and I'd come out and we would do like adult. I'd do, what do you do with a drunken pirate?
Uh-huh.
I'd come out like I was drunk, stagger around, fall down on the stage, and then knock my hat off and get back up, and
Uh-huh.
I go, okay, well, I'm going to go get this sinking British with my new sword. And I pulled the sword out, and it literally just fell apart. And I look at it, and all I have was a handle. I go, who broke my sword? And they're like, Blackbeard, have you been drinking? I said, no, I gave up drinking, and I picked up guzzling. They're like, so what are we going to do with this? And what are we going to do with the drunken pirate? What are we going to do? And we go right into the song.
Uh-huh.
That was it, and then ended up getting a little pirate ship and doing that, and that lasted a little bit. And then I had some situations arrive on that one, so I got kind of booted off of that because I didn't want to do what I was told to do.
Okay.
And I'm very rebellious. So I ended up starting my own company called Pirate Life.
Nice,
and
nice.
I have a company called Pirate Life. I have a cool logo. I actually wear it on my forearm also.
Nice.
We got stickers, we had shirts, we had all kinds of stuff.
That's
so
cool.
We actually set up a full booth of pirate merchandise and sell.
Oh, okay. So at the fests and stuff, you got the big booth going.
Yep. Yeah, we sell real guns. We sell percussion, flintlocks, swords, daggers, towels, coolies, all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, crazy. Okay. So now how far do you traverse? Are you mostly going to festivals in the Southeast, or are you traveling nationwide?
No. We basically, as far as we go now, I live in West Palm, it'll be like St. Augustine.
Okay.
Which is about maybe 4 hours up the road.
Yep.
But we go as far as Fort Myers to the west side.
Okay.
And then as far as south, we go down to Camelot Days down in Hollywood, Florida.
Okay. Nice.
So we do about 12, maybe 13. We're picking up festivals all the time, but I think we're up to about 12 or 14 festivals a year.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I missed the Fort Myers Festival by 2 weeks this year. I was booked at the comedy club there 2 weeks after the festival, so I told the club owner next year, let's do it on the weekend of the festival, so I go to the festival while I'm there.
There you go, because it's a great festival. I normally don't fire, but at this one, we actually do a sea battle.
Okay.
And it is so cool. Like, we only have a little sunset cannon, but I have my blunderbuss, and another guy, I sold him a blunderbuss. And we actually come around on the ship, and they got shore batteries. They got a 5-pounder, a 3-pounder, and a lot of 1-pounders. And as we start coming around, they start firing them cannons at us.
Oh, wow.
And I'm up there with my blunderbuss, I'm firing back at them. And we actually have a full battle going on.
Okay, excellent.
It's really cool.
That's neat. And is there any sort of, imagine that somebody at the festival must have some sort of special licensing to be done to be able to do that.
No,
No?
You don't really have to have any kind of licensing for black powder. It is not against the law to fire black powder in your front yard.
Okay.
You can take your gun out and shoot it all you want, as long as you don't put a projectile in it.
Oh, my neighbors are about to be really angry with me then.
Oh, yeah, well, make sure your state rules, though. I don't know. Florida, they don't care. But you might want to make sure California, y'all can be a little volatile over there. So you might shoot your blunderbuss, somebody come out with a 9mm and shoot you.
Well, I have a nosy Avon lady who lives across the street, and so I need to teach her a lesson. So.
Oh, well, hey, I'll send you some pictures of some guns I got for sale right now. I got some 50 caliber percussions.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, man. I got like 4 different ones to choose from.
Nice. So where is a good place for people to keep track of what you're up to online?
You can either go on my Facebook. It's probably your best place. It's Jim Blackbeard.
Jim Blackbeard. Okay, great. And I will make sure that is in the show notes. And that is cool. So is there anything I didn't ask you about you want everybody to know about what you're doing?
If you want to check out my website, it's www.piratelife.net.
Got it. Piratelife.net. Excellent. Very cool.
And I do have some really cool vehicles. I got a 1970 Manx dune buggy that is airbrushed just like wood. It's got skulls on it. I'll send you a pic of it. It's got skulls on it. And I'm also in the process of, it's going to be coming out hopefully in the next week or two. It's been in restoration for almost a year and a half. It's a 1941 World War II ambulatory panel van.
Oh, wow.
And it's flat black. It's got I put a porthole in her. I put a tapper in it. It'll have a beer keg inside with a Y valve. You can get a beer outside or inside. It's got a mural of skeletons on it. It's got 2 skulls on the bumper. It's It's got a skeleton coming out of the hood. In World War II, the top was made out of cardboard.
Uh-huh.
I removed all the cardboard, and the whole top is Lexan. It's like a giant moonroof.
Wow, neat.
It's got a crate motor 350. It's got sitting on a K1500 frame. The only thing that's 1941 is the body.
Okay.
That's it. And it's evil looking.
Yeah, I'll bet. That ought to be really popular when you pull up to the festival.
Oh, it is. It's unbelievable. But, this time, this year, this time next year, what you ought to do is plan coming to our Renaissance Fest.
Okay.
You would have a blast. I mean, you really would. It's big, too. It's huge.
Nice. I'm sure I will.
And this past weekend was Pirate Weekend.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I got to get down there more. Very cool. Jim, this has been fun, man. I'm glad we got a chance to talk.
Cool, brother.
All right. I'll talk to you again soon.
Take it easy.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
And there it is, friends. That is my interview with Jim Blackbeard Laird. You can find him on Facebook.com/Jim Blackbeard or go to piratelife.net to see all the cool stuff that he's doing. Yeah. Under the Crossbones today is sponsored by Pirate Radio of the Treasure Coast, WKKC-DB, playing the best music and pirate talk radio. You can listen to Under the Crossbones on both those stations. Just go to pirateradiooftheTreasureCoast.com or pirateradiotc.com. And don't forget to download the apps, Pirate Radio Treasure Coast, that's their music station, and Pirate Radio Talk, which is their talk station. And I just got a cool Pirate Radio t-shirt in the mail, so thanks you guys. It's really cool. I will add it to my collection of piratey t-shirts. If you could do me a favor, this would be awesome. I'm trying to find out more about you, my listener, to see which kind of directions I should take this show in and where to do live pods, all that kind of good stuff. If you could do me a quick favor and fill out a little survey. It's like 7 questions. Take you a minute max. There's no hard questions on there. There's no math. There's no science. It's all very easy stuff. Go to underthecrossbones.com/survey. Take you one single tiny little minute, and it is a great help for me. Underthecrossbones.com/survey. I got an ebook for you. Alexander Exquemlin's Pirates of Panama, Buccaneers of America, whichever title you prefer. And it's free. Yay! And I put together a real nice version of it for you. You can get it underthecrossbones.com. Click on the free ebook button. Or if you're just out and about and all you got your phone on you, text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. Just text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. All right, we got a voicemail today. We got a trip report from Sam Staley. You remember Sam Staley, interview with him early on in the show, a bunch of episodes back. He was a sponsor of the show for quite a while. Well, he sent me a voicemail about his experience at Pirate Family Day with confetti kids in New Orleans. And so let's take a listen to that right now.
Hello, Phil. This is Sam Staley. I just wanted to report quickly on a great pirate festival I was just at on New Orleans on Saturday. It was the first Family Pirate Day that's been organized by the Confetti Kids, which is a nonprofit organization in the Algiers Point neighborhood of New Orleans. And the whole pirate community seemed to be out there to support them. There were kids everywhere. It was just a lot of fun. Even got a chance to meet John Bauer, a guest on your show, Old Chum Bucket. And of course, one of the co-founders of International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So I picked up his book, Chris U. Warren and the Pirate Hunter, as well as Blow Me Down. This is a guy's guide to talking like a pirate. It was just fun to see all the kids around, lots of programs, and a lot of just opportunities to see how pirates can come together of all types and really be part of the goodness of the world. So anyway, hopefully they're going to be doing this again. It was the first full event, I think, of the week-long pirate week in New Orleans. So anyway, great time had by all. Kids had fun, just a lot of fun. And thanks for continuing to do great things with your podcast. Bye.
All right. Thanks for that trip report, Sam. I appreciate it. Go check out Sam Staley's books at srstaley.com. He's got some award-winning pirate books over there that you are going to dig. If you have been to a cool pirate event of some sort and would like to tell me all about it, and I'll play it on the show, just call 408-599-2733. That's 408-599-2733, and that is my Google voicemail, and you can leave a message right there. Simple, and I will play it on the show if it's cool. Cool. All right, that's our show for today, friends. Thank you once again for tuning in to episode 84 here. If you want to find out more about Jim Blackbeard Laird, go to facebook.com/Jim Blackbeard or check him out at piratelife.net. Make sure you're subscribed. Keep leaving those iTunes reviews. Those are always very nice. But most importantly, tell your friends about the show, because that is the number one thing that makes this show grow bigger and more successful, and I can bring you more pirate news and see the more audience, the bigger the guests. Keep that in mind. So if there's somebody you want to hear, I got to have a bigger audience to get them, and I will. We're going to do it together, you and me. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.